Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world, I greet you in the name of Chokika Biama. You all have seen the caption of this broadcast. Is because of those people who are too stubborn to accept what is staring them in the face. It has finally come to roost. You can see it now. Lovers of freedom, this is Biafran Radical Freedom TV, and I am your own favorite Akban Asoko, your radical presenter and rugged social commentator. Today, we are all seeing it, come to manifestation. While other members of the House went to a particular part of the country, these other ones now came to ambush them so that they will quickly pass a Fulanization jihadist Islamic bill. Now, you can see when you begin to watch it now, because I'm going to play it, you will see how smart the people you call Aboki people are. These people are actually smarter than our own people. Others went to where there is I think, hazard. Something happened in one northeastern state. Our ever callous in the sitting here, you will not see any member of the House who is from Anambra, who is from Imo, who is from Abia, who is from Ebonyi, who is from... You will not see them. These people that claim they are more exposed. See the people they call Aboki, how they outsmart them. This is how they always outsmart them. Whenever to discuss or debate on issues that will affect the people they represent, you will not see this in the Efulefu. You will not see them nowhere. They will be, the aloof people they are, they will never be found. So please, I want you to help us to invite our brothers, our sisters to join us so that we will equally share in this ongoing program that seek to expose the things that we have always cried about, so that they will know. Oh, meeting Luma one name, you are welcome. Yes. Thank you, you're welcome. You are the first to answer present here today. One name, Mado. I hope we are fine today. Meeting, please, can we all click on the like button? It will also help other people to come. If you belong in any Biafran platform, you share there on Facebook, on WhatsApp, wherever, so that many more people will come to join us. Thank you. You are doing that. God bless. So that is you already did. Yes. Thank you. God bless. So I want also to share I want to also share the stuff here. I want to also share it here too. I want to also share it in this platform. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm sharing it in some platforms where I also belong, so that they will also see that something is going on here. All right, lovers of freedom, let us proceed. A quick one. A quick one. Okay, I just shared this here in case anyone wants to join us live to discuss. So it will be easier for that person. We won't need to, you know, we will not need to. Oh, Parawa Sonny. Yes, Parawa Sonny. Yeah, brother, I'm on live broadcast, please. I'm on live broadcast. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, I want you to start to hear this debate. Let me not talk much. It's good you start to hear the debate now. Let me play from. Let me play from here. I think.
Our constitution allows for freedom of worship of all religions. Mr. Speaker, our constitution freedom of worship of all religions. Mr. Speaker, we would not sit in this hollow chamber and restrict ourselves to just a few. If we begin to put such components into the constitution, tomorrow the ecclesiastical faction comes up. The day after, the traditional faction comes up. The day after, all other components begin to come up. And what happens to our grand
Okay, are you hearing?
begin to come up? And what happens to our grand?
Okay, what they are discussing here is the Northern parliamentarians. Why the colleagues went to pay visit to people who had issue in certain states in the north. These ones are here to ambush, because our own people, certain People, they always want to make the North to feel happy, to love them. They want to make the Fulani to love them. So you can see that their own interest at all time is they want to make the Fulani to love them. So why others were having their legislative business, which is why they collect big money. They were busy there to make the Fulani people to see them as good friends, not knowing that the Fulani people that something happened to are already planted their own brothers, not to even join them in what they were doing, to go and ambush them and pass a particular bill. Which bill is to bring in some things into the constitution, no more to be serving as their Sharia in their local states and their individual states. They want those things to come, those items to come to constitution nationally, which is the gradual way. Tomorrow, when this one succeeds, they will keep on bringing another one. So now, you will see here that the members of the National Assembly here that are speaking up, none of them is from these so-claiming Igbo states. None of them. It is some Yoruba senators, some from Rivers. Those ones that say they are called Igbo, none of them is here. And this is one thing their own people, one interest their own people don't joke about. Continue, my brother Helen. Oh, okay, Helen Peters, one them. How are you doing? Thank you for listening.
Begin to come up. And what happens to our grand norm that is supposed to be the foundation of our existence? Mr. Speaker, Nigeria has never limited anybody from practicing his religion. You go to states like in the north, where you have Sharia being practiced as the north, where you have Sharia being practiced as the criminal code for those states. It is because it's peculiar to them as a people and as a persons. By the time we begin to expand it and bring it into our constitution, we are not an Islamic state. We're a secular state. We're not a celestial state. We're a secular state. We are not a traditional worship state. We're a secular state that respects and gives everybody a sense of belonging.
Are you hearing that? This is a smart man that is elected to represent his people. Are you seeing those Efulefus that say they are from Igbo land here? Are you seeing any of these people? Those that say they are Igbo representatives. Will you see them here? No. The other day they were debating before the election where they want to ambush P2B, when they were debating about the introduction of the new amendment of the electoral law. That was the same way. All of the Igbo senators, none of them, they went for one function. And sometimes we are here talking about them being aloof. They deliberately do it. One Alaji will tell them, come and collect maybe 5 million naira. Because these people, Abili Ogonogo had it too much. They will leave it all. And now look at this man you are seeing here, you don't really know him.
Sense of belonging. We're a nation. We need to be sensitive to the mood and the existence. Freedom of speech, freedom of association, to live in happiness. Not a scenario whereby there could be some misconceptions. To this end, I wish to crave the donors of the sponsor of this bill that he steps it down for more legislative input, and consultation, which would be more in tune with our beliefs and the norms. But I do not believe it is a legislation that should pass for second reading.
God bless you, my brother. God bless you, my brother. This is him. Very bold and courageous. Very bold. No, my brother. Those Igbos you are asking for have long collected the Ghana must go. Of course, that's what I'm trying to suggest. Sometimes we'll say they are foolish. That's why they left. These guys, they love money more than their soul. Because I don't know why you will leave the legislative business that you are paid for. And you hear Ojo Zakali in Arise TV 3 days ago? He's saying he's collecting 14 million naira. 14 million naira, where they are begging you to make minimum wage 120,000 naira, which is still nothing to people who are far better than you in intelligence. Ojo Zakali, look at him. Even when he was in the interview, he cannot make a simple sentence. He cannot make any simple sentence. The same way, him and this one that just died, they cannot make a simple sentence that you, Ojo Zakali, you looked at him where he was talking about 14 million, and he said the 14 million is not enough for him. I cannot do anything for him. This is not part of the ones they eat, which are the large one, in the name of constituency projects. Their constituent projects, that one is the large one. No? We're not talking about the lobbying. So let us continue so that we'll not be distracted. You hear this man? I think this is the one from Rivers or so, or either from one Yoruba state. And he is bold to say they should bring down this bill. Even though when he submitted in a language that, but he has made a valid point. Because he seemed so that it can be debated again and again. So you see, my brother, that's the one thing John. That's one thing that we are getting to the stage. Anyways, we are getting to the stage. They will have to run away because these guys, unfortunate, very unfortunate. Let us continue to listen to the debate.
I do not believe it is a legislation that should pass for second reading. I so submit.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues. I want to comment as the second to the last speaker spoke.
From the north, this one now from the north.
The bill that was moved by the sponsor, we are supposed to commend him. I agree Nigeria is a secular state where we have different opinions, traditions, religion, and what have you. But if you see this motion or this bill, it will help Nigerians to know that these commercial banks, especially Taj Bank and what have you, many people have perceived that these banks are specifically for Muslim, while it is not. So by expanding this nature, I believe when it is encompasses to everybody, many people will see the benefit of this bill, and I believe in a near future, many people will see that the mover put this in a right direction. Thank you very much.
Okay, you can see that my sister Messinwala, that is it now. They already sold their people, and they are ready to do anything to please their masters, their slave masters. That is it. That is it exactly. Now, even those ones, these northern senators, you know, they are really illiterate. But when it comes to defending their core interest, they don't allow their illiteracy to be a stumbling block. They must stand up because they know it's a game of numbers. When you now hear, you will hear where they are trying to move it now. The speaker, understanding how sensitive this debate is, was also trying to comply with the northern, with the southern senators, or southern lawmakers, so that this thing will not go. But you see, the northern representatives were insisting. They don't want it to come over when their colleagues will return and be present. You will see heated debate here. Listen.
I rise to add my voice to this all important motion for a bill to amend our constitution with respect to the expansion of the description of Islamic law.
Okay.
Let me start by saying that the constitution mandates our government that they shall not.
But do you people remember that when we shouted, they want to Islamize Nigeria, they want to, so you know, say no, 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 that Nigeria is too big, nobody can, nobody can. Today, they now have the president and the vice president as the same people. So this is the time to force in these things. Let us continue to listen.
Adopt any religion as a state religion, meaning that Nigeria is a secular state. Number two is the fact that Section 38 is very clear.
Hey, oh, what has happened?
Number two is the fact that Section 38 is very clear as to the rights given to all Nigerians in terms of choice of religion and how they worship. Section 2 goes further to say that Nigeria is a federation consisting of the federal government and then the state governments, giving the states the liberality to adopt whatever kind of law they want to use in governing their people. And that's why...
Now you understand this man's part. This man is saying, if this is not wayo, if this is not intended to deceive the Southerners, why are they bringing it to the national debate, to put it to the constitution, which is a national document? Why not? Before now, they have been having these things going on in their own respective states. So why now bringing it to the center? Is it not you are up to something? Are we disturbing you when you are doing it in your states where these religions apply? So why bring it to this thing? Is it not because you feel that it is time for you to conquer everybody once, because it is Muslim ticket now?
They want to use in governing their people. And that's why we have some states with all this Sharia law and all of that. They are permitted to do it, the State House of Assembly. But the Constitution, as a ground norm that governs all of us, the traditional institutions, the Obas in the Yoruba land, the Igwe in the east, the Shakiri, the Fulanis, the Hausas, gives us only one right, the right to choose whichever one we want. We can therefore not allow this constitution to become so filled with frivolities that is supposed to be the mandate of the state. We have all been clamoring for physical federalism. Give more power to the states to do it the way they want, to do it in the way of the culture of their people.
I hope you're understanding this, man. That we have allowed you, even though we know that Nigeria is a secular state, that it should be one, but we've allowed you to do it as it pleases your people. You do your Sharia law up north there. We are supposed to have interfered to say no to it too, but you are doing it there. No problem, since it's what pleases you and your people. Otherwise, we shouldn't be saying one Nigeria and one law apply this side and one law apply the other side. But since it's, working for you people there, we've never interfered. So why are you trying to bring it up? Because once it enters to this national document, it applies to anybody, anytime, very easily. So why, what is the reason? You people need to tell us, why do you want it to come to the national document? Why are you people not up to something?
They want to do it in the way of the culture of their people. And that's why I will want to implore the mover of this motion to please allow us to please step down this amendment for the time being, so that we can deliberate more on it. Because of
Now, even when these people reason more, look at how this Yoruba lawmaker now reason. See how he reason, but he is also begging them. When you are talking to the northern lawmakers, you beg them. You have to pet them. But when they want to talk to you on what they want, they sound so authoritative. Can you see the difference? When we tell you, stop forcing the unity that does not exist, you will not allow. This unity, you are forcing it. What the way these other people reason and how they want to make things, to please this one, it's not the way these other people want to please this one. So why do you force what is not? It's not working. Let's just listen again.
Deliberate more on it. Because of course, from the way I see it, is such that the state should be considerate, not here. The problem of religious war, we started as far back as 1938 in this country. Let it not start here again. Let it not be that it is this house that is going to put fuel to the very fragile democracy, to the very fragile situation, the unity between us. It's very important. As we are talking now, people are hearing us. People are seeing us, thinking that we want to promote one religion over the other. I therefore pray that we step this down for the time being. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Can you see that? This man, can you see how reasonable he sounds? But you will see how the northern representatives are going to attack it. They will insist whatever they want is what must prevail. Haven't you seen how rational this man sounds? Haven't you seen the plausibility of his logics, his argument? But will it prevail? Then you will see for yourself. Now, this man also went as far as telling you how this thing has caused, this issue of religion has always caused divide, has always caused. He even tried to relate to the wars ranging to 1938, which was between the people of when the Fulani came in. Okay, I think 1938 one is the recent one. It's not that far back of 18th. So 1938, he just started the recent one. So let us continue to hear from them.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Of an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to review the description of Islamic law in the Constitution as related matters, HB 1502. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any second? Yes, sir. Kwakwansia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Hassan Sheikh Hussein.
Distinguished colleagues, briefly, as the chair or the speaker requested, the 1999 Constitution, as amended, the 1999 Constitution, as amended, Mr. Speaker, provide for.
Yes, after I play here, I will still have to go back because it seems I jumped some places that you need to listen. You will really like to. There's some place it seems I jumped. My brother, that thing in Finland, we are welcome. Good evening. Yes, so they don't want it to go for the second reading. Our people, that's the southern representatives.
A personal Islamic law in the Constitution. The Constitution did not envisage the dynamism and the development coming off in the country. In 2003, the Constitution did not recognize that the Islamic commercial law, Islamic company law, Islamic international law, Islamic public laws. In 2003, Mr. Speaker, Taj Bank came up under the commercial Islamic law. In 2019, another bank came up under the commercial law. That means the Jais Bank, not the Taj Bank. The Jais Bank was in 2004. The Taj Bank came in 2019. Mr. Speaker, sir, if you look at the personal law, it only encompasses marriage, divorce, and the inheritance. Therefore, what I'm requiring is the removal of the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this is what I want the Honorable...
Are you hearing this man with the boldness trying to explain it, not minding whether the Southern Nigerians want to hear about this? How many times did you talk about the traditional worship laws, the Christian religious laws? Did you ever hear this kind of thing in your constitution before? Of course, no. Now they are telling you that they are reminding the certain representatives here that they should stop making this thing look serious. That these things that Islamic laws have always contained in the Nigerian constitution. So why is it different this time? So what they want this time is for these things to include in Islamic company laws, Islamic this one laws, Islamic that one laws. That this thing need to get more ground. He's trying to explain it to you. For those where they vex, make it vex you, because at the end of the day, they have more numbers. When this comes to voting, they have more numbers. You have only Northwest have more constituencies, federal constituencies. They have 7 states. Here in the South, while they're even having 7 states, where even Southeast is just 5 states. So as you have states, as you have more representatives. So when you have 7 states and have 5 states, they have extra 6 senators. And here you lose 6 senators. Then you lose up to additional 15 members of House of Assembly. From one state alone, you have lost that. So they are telling you, why they are explaining it, so that if they pay you, they pay you. They already have these things, Islamic policies, in your constitution already. That's why this man is trying to tell you, because he's a learned man, that he's not afraid of you. In a fear your face. He's trying to explain to you, saying, so you know they fear your face.
This is what I want the honorable colleagues to support, so that this amendment can be done. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
No, he's telling you, are you hearing it? That instead of you to make this thing delay, because at the end of the day, it will still come to fruition. So he's telling you, why you are telling him to step it down, he is telling you to support it so that they will pass it now. Share you, they get them. Why you are busy telling him why the people you are representing will not fall, that this thing has been causing this a fuel crisis before now from history. And that today is not different. So you should step this thing down. He is telling you, Oga, now you will need to step down and support me here. Because if you like, delay it tomorrow, you go see do it.
Can be done. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Mr. Wiskodin, I think is in the right direction to give a backup for the commercials and other laws that already they are practicing without proper backing, particularly in our Islamic-related financial institution of not only limited to Taj Bank or Jais Bank, but there are several banks that are now practicing, particularly the Mudahara and the particularly the Mudahara and the other sharing formulas. I think this is a very welcome development, that it will give even an economic leeway for the nation to see the goodness of
for the nation to see the goodness of such practices in our financial institution to get the backup of the law. I do support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, this one I showed you is a very young man. Oh, Stella, one them, you are here. Yes, now they are very gullible. They don't know. This is one thing Mazen and the can has always hammered. That this way of practice does not fit our people. It doesn't suit our people. So they don't want to let go of it. It's okay. That we should allow them so that they will practice it fully the way it will satisfy them. So is that a very big thing to ask of? What is too big about it to be asked? One name Messi one. Is there anything very big to ask of here? Hamilton, the Northerners must exercise patience. After Biafra leave, then they can. Okay, of course, but they don't want to. They say that you go nowhere. We die here. They say you go nowhere. They don't believe that you go do the nanya vam vam. So are you getting it? This young one now that just spoke last. What you are talking, he don't even have enough experience. He's not even very much composed. He doesn't have any. Yeah, but he is telling you that he's seconding this motion. So if you are making noise there, they are telling you the implication that it doesn't concern him. So that he is telling you about the expansion. They need to expand Islamic laws, that it will benefit us. Man, ask me how your Islamic financial laws and policies would benefit me. Are you going to bring it in my market in Oroakpanandem in Uyo? Are you going to bring it in what market in Calabar for me? What will I do with your Islamic financial policies? That we allow you. We are naturally traditionalist people. We are traditionalists. So have you allowed us to bring in any traditional stuff to the laws, to the constitution? The last time, if you remember last time, I don't know how many of you here that will remember what happened. If not, sometimes you need mad people to address stupid issues. You remember Malcolm, one of our brothers here in Delta? Malcolm, the barrister that came with, he put white stuff in below his eyes as a native doctor. When they say that everybody have the right now to wear hijab to come to court, I don't know how many of you hear that. If you are here, if you remember that, you can confirm it. The man that wear native doctor apparel to appear in High Court, Federal High Court, can you remember? Can anybody flash back? When they tell me, say, I will die you. If I remove this thing now, if I wear slippers on this now, wear shoe, I will die. So let them wear their own. So me, I'm a traditionalist, so I need to wear my own. And the man, Procedural, I said that he will not enter the court. He said, lie. If that person was able to wear his own and enter that court, me, I will not wear here in this country. When you are using my oil money to run it, my own oil money you are using to run this country, and you are telling me I come. Now you no go enter this court. And at the end of the day, he prevailed. Now them leave that court run for him. Hey, thank you, Hamilton. Yes, Malcolm, that's the name of the lawyer. He's also supporting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu too. How can you be? This is the thing. But even some of our colleagues, in fact, the person that objected him seriously that day in the court was somebody from our side. That is how we want to patronize the Fulani. And one stupid thing these people do is that they refuse to know that you can never be the friend of a Fulani man. The Fulani will never be your friend. Lie to lie. You can never be their friend. No matter how you want to patronize them. Let us continue to listen.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes, Bob Solomon, please. Solomon Bob. From
Rivers.
The great state of Rivers.
Good. See courage here.
Now, this matter, actually, I think it will be dealt with in better technical detail at the committee level for constitutional review, because there's so much to say about this kind of
Okay, I'm sorry. I was told you were not listening to me. I'm saying that this, no, I'm saying that this bill will be better dealt with, in broader technical detail at the level of committee for constitutional review. But straight off, the section you're referring to, if it is removed, the word personal is removed, the implication immediately is that Islamic law will now have a general application with respect to criminal law across the country.
Are you hearing him? That if they make any mistake today, this one from River State, see him. Oh, I think let me play.
The word personal there was put for a purpose. So if you remove it, that's the implication. It will have great consequences. So we can look at the.
He said, if you make any mistake to allow this thing to fly today, that it will affect a lot of things, including the criminal laws, and it will become applicable nationally. And that will be the bane of the thing they are trying to protect. That even them that are trying to be gentle about the whole thing, they will go off keys and out of the rule of engagement. Everybody will appear mad and dancing in the market. So now that he is telling them to step this thing down, we cannot allow this thing to become a general applicable law. Go and keep on applying it in your states that you have been applying it. So what happened that it must come out today to the national debate?
It will have great consequences. So we can look at the details of what he's trying to do, what he's trying to achieve, and advise at the committee level. With respect to the references he made to Taj Bank and Jais Bank, their operations have not been in any way hindered.
Are you hearing it? When the other man who said he's more learned said, oh, if not the Taj Bank, the Haik Bank will not function so well. This man is asking him, how does this affect Taj Bank operation? Hasn't Taj Bank been operating since? Did this thing hinder them from their functionalities? Has this thing, if not that you just want to make sure you take the first step of this, when this one succeeds, you now bring the other one tomorrow, so that they are saying no to it. That is, let us continue to listen to him.
Yeah, regulations dealing with those matters concerning banks, CBN Act, and all the rest of them. So those are matters that the banks can deal with. They don't have to incorporate, or attract or drag interest with respect to commercial ambitions to the Constitution. So essentially, Mr. Speaker, my point is, this bill should be referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review, where we can sit down and then look at, it to a T in every way. Thank you.
Thank you for making it brief. I like the federal constituency of Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I want to, with respect, differ from the mover of the bill on the need for us to amend the Nigerian Constitution in this particular instance. And I'm saying this, Mr. Speaker, because as students of history, we all know the issues surrounding the particular section in reference, especially at the various constituent assemblies leading to the 1979 Constitution, the 1989 Constitution that was not promulgated, and now the 1999 Constitution. Mr. Speaker, the drafters of the Nigerian Constitution are very conscious of the secularity of the Nigerian nation, and also very conscious of the sensitive nature of religion. And I remember the 1976 Constituent Assembly, the 1979 Constitution, was very, very contentious on this matter until the then federal military government came in to stop further debate on this matter and took a decision that the application of Islamic laws will only be constrained to personal matters, which has to do with the administration of estate and some other issues. Mr. Speaker, we have to be very, very cautious of whatever we do to alter the Nigerian Constitution in a manner that will further widen the divide that we have as a country. And in any case, Mr. Speaker, like my previous colleague said, the matters which my colleague seek to address by this proposal is already covered by existing laws. The Kama law, covers regulation on issue of finances and allows for application of Islamic principles of financial transaction. The same thing with the CBN Act, like you already said. And the moment we allow the Constitution to be altered to take care of all manner of interests, we will no longer be in the state where the sanctity of the Constitution is respected, and the intent of the drafters of the Nigerian Constitution via or as regards to the secular nature of the Nigerian nation might be threatened if we allow this to go. Mr. Speaker, I sincerely think that this bill should not pass on for the second reading for this reason.
Are you hearing this man now? That this is not even the first time this thing is surfacing. That this thing lingered even from the drafting of the Constitution. This heated things argument came and it stayed until the military came and took a decisive decision so that this thing will not keep dividing the country. So that it might apply now to them on issues of, on some personal issues like maybe on leasing of land and some other things. So, but then when it comes to these particular issues, that the Kama law and the CBN Act cover this thing, that he don't know what these people want to achieve. In the Kama law and the CBN Act, that this issue they are bringing is already very well, carefully, meticulously taken care of. So why are they bringing it? That he is submitting here to tell anybody that is cooking up these things to drop it here now because that it cannot fly. Can you hear? This man is more audacious. He's more authoritative. He's more audacious. He understands his onions. I love you, my brother.
Mr. Speaker, I sincerely think that this bill should not pass on for the second reading for these reasons I've adduced. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abdul Hakim Kamilo Ado, representing with Delgarko Federal Constituency.
Don't come again.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to make it brief to say that while being cautious, but we have to consider, and considering also the divisions we have in this country, we have to consider the ethics, the values, and the interest of the masses. Because we are here in...
Even this one, when you listen to him, you know that he don't have anything to say. But it's a matter of numbers. They not understand that the business of the politics has a lot to do with numbers. That is why... Yes, so it's no joke now. They are very serious, my brother Chukwuma Okeke. They are very mean about it now. They understand that this is a game of numbers. That's why this one that is currently speaking here now, he knows that he's not making any sense. This particular one, listen to him. And he indicted himself. He said that we must understand the sensitivity of what we are discussing. When he mentioned this sensitivity, you would think that he wants to go against this bill. He is saying this, yet he is supporting the bill. The sensitivity, the diversity, the cultural differences. It is these things that he mentioned that should be reason why this bill should be dropped. But let us continue to listen to him.
The values and the interest of the masses. Because we are here in this hollow chamber to represent the Nigerians and also not to make a religion or a tribe or a community, not to constrain them from practicing something which is their way of life.
Are you hearing this, Aboki? Why this should be passed is so that we will not stop a community or a people, a community or a tribe, not to, practice their way of life. Are you hearing human being and reasoning, Aboki? How does what you are bringing or bringing this thing to the Constitution now make it to be functional? Have you not been practicing this thing, Aboki? They are up to serious game, not a joking matter.
Prevent them from practicing something which is their way of life. We all know that Nigeria comprises of so many religions and also tribes and communities. But These religious matters, we consider it as a way of life, not just a mere religion. So considering the ethics and the values and the interest of the masses, not looking at the division or being cautious of what this will cause, Mr. Speaker, I think this bill...
You hear about Kiabi? Not looking to the divisions, the chaos, the unrest, or the stability, the instability it will cause. Not looking at these things that it will cause. That he is insisting, Mr. Speaker, that this bill be adopted here and now.
Supposed to pass for the second reading. In my opinion, Mr. Speaker, we need to commend the Honorable Misal for coming up with this bill in order to unite and to create a room.
Shebi una dey hear Aboki. Now, this man follow for the people where they collect millions upon millions every month. Now, this bill that is so said to be the one that should be dividing, a divisive bill, he's not telling you, you already heard the analysis I gave earlier on about him. Then he's also further telling you.
Okay, I just shared this here in case anyone wants to join us live today.
Okay, I hope you're hearing me now. That he is commending the person that bring it forward because that it will unite us. His earlier statement is that not minding the division, the instability or whatever it will cause, that he's moving for it. Then he's now coming to congratulate the person that bring the bill that it will help us move forward. Now the people where they collect the millions of naira every month, they don't even know their goal come. That is the same way they did not know their constitution. They, you know, when people think that if we did not support P2B, we cannot analyze the truth, what happened in the election, they call the election, the selection. They, in their own constitution, the constitution said that Abuja must be one, that you will win, is it 2/3, and then you will win necessarily. And Abuja, they did not know what that connecting verb mean. And Abuja, these other ones, the status of Abuja has been made separate. And you saw a lawyer whose first course that he must read and understand very well is English language, because that's the language of communication. Now told you that Abuja and the other states are one and the same thing. And when you ask him, you said, how many states do you say you have in Nigeria? He said 36 states. And something else, and the Federal Capital Territory. Then why do you now say that the Abuja have the same status as the 36 states? Who is the elected governor of Abuja? Where did you vote for the governor of Abuja? So you see that we cannot be in the same country with these persons because they have problem with comprehension. Their brains don't reason very well. Their temperament is another bigger problem than any other issue. That they are wrong and you are telling them they don't carry mao. Now that be nesting. So let us continue to listen to them.
Free room or an interest for people that are practicing Islamic religion to practice their religion freely and to consider some way of lives which comprises so many things. Talk less of the commercial that he talked about. There are so many things we need to consider in order to encompass it under this bill. If at all we are considering this bill,
in order to encompass it in how did this guy pass his common entrance? But he is collecting millions in the vessel because this is not acceptable.
To be passed via the committee, then Mr. Speaker, as you said earlier, that we are here as parliamentarians in order to pass bills and it doesn't have to go through the committee. So we can pass it and then later on the committee can consider what they can do about the bill. But
now Are you hearing him now? You can pass the bill, then later on the committee now will come back to look around on what they can do about the bill. Maybe after you pass it now, the committee will now look whether they will use it to cook fere dikaikon, or they will use it to cook a dikan soup, or they will use it to cook efere afang, or they will use it to cook efere oha soup, or they will use it to cook ekpankuk or tomboro. What do you want them to do with it after you have passed it? Hey, mumu too much, oh. Wallah. Mumu too much.
Consider what they can do about the bill, but we are here to debate it, and we are debating it. So let us go on with the debate, and later on consider what we can go with in this hollow chamber. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My name is Honorable Isa Muhammad Anka, representing Anka Talata Mafra constituency. I'm from Zamfara State. My able Speaker, our honorable colleagues, I don't want to dwell on issues already spoke by the last speaker. In other words, he has spoken my mind. But the other speaker, the last but one, talked about karma. Karma is already embedded in the constitutions. Therefore, it takes care of other commercial laws. And I think we need to understand the subject matter of this bill. The bill is calling for description of Islamic law. In other words, the bill is seeking the House to define, because of the existing situations now, looking at the issue of, like he rightly called, other commercial laws that have not been embedded, that have not been taken care into the Constitution. I think it's a straightforward bill. He is not calling the fact that, he's not calling for expunging the existing Sharia law, but rather to define it in order to encompass all those, existing.
After you will listen to this thing again, not with me because we will not spend that much time. After on your own, you listen to this program again, you will hear that before this man speak, this current man speaking, this particular man is learned. Yes, this one speaking now is learned. He is now telling you because what he's saying contradicts what his colleagues said before him. This one now is saying that this bill is not calling for expansion of the Islamic laws here. And the ones that spoke before him said that it's calling for expansion. You can see where they contradict themselves, but they don't care. They don't care whether they contradict themselves. What they know is that all of them will speak, so that you know that all of them are in support of it. They know it's a game of numbers. Let us continue to listen.
Existing situations that have just come. That is my contribution, sir. Thank you very much.
He's not talking about Sharia law. He's talking about the Constitution of the.
Now, as learned as he is, are you hearing now? The speaker is trying to correct him. That we are not trying to, talk about your Sharia law here. Why don't you take your Sharia-related problems and treat it with your Sharia laws? We're not talking about Sharia. We are talking about the federal document, which is the Constitution. So why are you bringing it to the federal debate? Did we ever stop you from doing your things at home? Ebonu innocent one name, you are welcome, bro. You are weeping. You are weeping for these people. They don't know what is coming very soon. We can't be with this kind of evil people. And I wonder. So don't you fight for your northern country and have your... why? If you love your everything about even how you do your cooking in your kitchen to come to Constitution, that is so wonderful. We appreciate it. We will encourage you. But we not encourage you to do it while we are together with you to do that and impose it on us. Have your northern country. Have your Arewa state, Arewa Republic. then do it. You bring on Otwisi, something in the kitchen and the other rooms. Bring it in the constitution. It's your constitution. It's okay. Who are we to say no to what pleases you as a people? This is your way of life, like the lawmaker here said. This is their way of life. So good. Bring your way of life in your national. Let it not. Don't impose it on other people who we are going home already. You are the one that is stopping us from going. Allow us to go so that you practice everything you want to practice. Who is stopping the Afghan terrorists that have taken over government? Who is stopping them? They are practicing their Sharia laws there, and they are caging all the women not to move around and not to breathe. It's their Sharia law. Let them deal with it. It's their. So for all those people who have castigated us, let them divide so that they will enjoy the proceed of their sins. Now they are all using social media and expressing liberty, freedom. Let them go so that they will practice their full-scale Islamic laws now. Let them go there. Who is stopping them? That is one thing. It is their own culture. We cannot interfere. After all, Islam is a very good religion. Very wonderful. It's a very nice religion. Who is condemning it? But the thing is that it doesn't please these other people. So you should respect other people's own view of life too. So let us continue.
Of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so that we get it right. His bill is about the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not the Sharia law. Okay, Jonathan, please, let's hear you.
My name is Honorable Said Musa Abdullahi. I represent the people of Bida, Bako, Federal.
Now, there is something that happened here. I know a lot of you did not capture it. The man that have been raising up his hands too, from, I think, Jonathan, this one now from Bida, that is Niger State, did not allow him.
Okay,
He did not allow him to speak. He just made sure he overtook that one to speak. Because it is about them. Now them get the house. Let's listen.
Honorable Said Musa Abdullahi. I represent the people of Bida, Bako, Kacha Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I'm from Niger State. Mr. Speaker, I think we need not lose sight of what the proposer of the bill intends to achieve. I understand how sensitive matters related to religion are, especially in this country. But the fact of the matter is, we cannot treat religion issues in isolation. There are issues that we must bring to the front burner and discuss, irrespective of how sensitive they are. I didn't want to stand, but I looked at the sensitivity. Even from the argument, you could see the sensitivity that is driving the sentiment that is driving the argument. But if we focus,
Honorable Ali, approach the chair.
If we focus on what the bill intends to achieve,
approach the chair.
The bill intends to review the description of Islamic law, which means it's already enshrined in the Constitution. What it seeks to achieve is to review the description. So it's already in the Constitution. I don't understand why we will see it as something that we need to snowball into a crisis or what.
Now, are you hearing this one now? You can see that this one is a learned man. He's from the same part with IBB. So that part are always more bright than others as a North Central state. So now, you can see that this one is telling you that why are you people making mountain out of nothing? That this is already, that the Islamic law is already in your constitution. So they are only trying to define some things so that some other things can be accepted. So it's not as if this bill is trying totally to bring in something new. That the constitution is already having Islamic laws, and it's not having any Christian laws, and it's not having any traditional laws, which is of our hereditary practice. So are you getting this now? Let us continue to listen.
we will see it as something that will lead to snowball into a crisis or what have you. This is what we have done that over the years that has led us to not make progress on certain issues. It doesn't matter how sensitive these issues are. We must be able to debate them. This is what our people sent us here to do. You know, if we run away from discussing a problem, if we assume it to be a problem, and we're running away from discussing it, how will you provide a solution to it? I will agree and accept the fact that there is need for further, broader consultation.
Now, are you hearing him? Why are you running away from discussing their internal religious issue? That issue distorts and including the constitution. If we don't bring it forward, very soon now, I will bring into your constitution how we do our ekpe, we do our masquerade. We need to bring it now so that we to bring to broader perspective. Not be you they speak now. So what now they want to be blocking Upper Iweka Road every Friday to pray. Now my brother, Shebi una dey see am. That is what we are seeing. That's what we are seeing. And the clowns that are in positions that call themselves for representatives, the governors or whatever, they cannot speak. Oh. Lie. They cannot speak. They are not thinking straightforward. Innocent. So you know they are not innocent. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So they don't bother if it's paining you. You know, as if they pain you, they sweet them. It's not their business.
Broader consultation. But for us to run away from the problem, for us to drop it and say it's not an issue to be discussed on this floor, I don't think it's something that is acceptable. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
You see, if you say this is not something to be debated here, that it's not acceptable, you know you must accept it to be debated here. So I'm asking again, Oga from Niger State, Bida, when I bring my ekpe, my masquerade thing, Shebi una go discuss am for that constitution too. Shebi una go discuss am. I bring our ekpe thing, bring our Ikwawa stuff, come there. Shebi una go discuss am there. Every issue should be discussed there now. Yo.
Mr. Speaker.
This one, why is your own voice not heard? Some other person is speaking. Oh. This one don't provoke. Oh. This one don't provoke. Let me know what he's up to.
If you look today now, most of the leaders are on their way to Jigawa State to commiserate with them. Because of the sensitive nature of this bill, my appeal is for us to step it down.
Now, the person speaking now is from Kogi. You know, a lot of the lawmakers there are Muslims, but this one no follow. So now, he is telling them that for now, most of the big men in their house are not here. They went to commiserate to the Jigawa, where there is a problem. So that it's better we wait for until they come, we debate. But they had to let the guy alone. They won't chop him alive.
Us to step it down and let us have a full house and full time to discuss this bill. We cannot rush it. The way we want to rush it, it may not even get the result that we want the bill to achieve. I'm not saying the bill should not go. All I'm saying is that let us have time to discuss it in full. As I'm speaking to you, I have not seen the details of the bill. So, and for
now, are you hearing issues, though? Shebi, you are hearing issues. After he is done speaking here now, you will hear the response from the speaker. That all these people, all these northern legislators that you are seeing coming to issue and talking nonsense, Why they are talking nonsense is because some of them cannot even read. So because they cannot read, they don't even have the bill in there. They don't have the bill.
Okay, I just shared this here.
They don't have the bill in the first place. They don't have the bill. So
In case anyone,
the bill you don't have, what are you discussing? What are you discussing? You don't have the bill.
So, and for us to be able to contribute meaningfully, we need the details of this bill. Without the details of the bill, if you are talking, you're only talking to the A. Maybe it's different from those sections you are quoting in the Constitution. And it may not have any issue to do with it. Let us have the details of this bill so that we digest it and come back another day for the debate. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues.
I beg, this man talk anything bad here. That most of their colleagues who are even the older men in the business, they know they. So why do you want to ambush them? You ambush them. That is why whenever they want to do anything, they will lock the house. That was why when you see, remember what was that Tambuwal, when he was jumping the legislature fence. You remember that? This is what it has been a regular practice.
Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues.
No matter how you look at it, our diversity is what defines us. So when issues like this come up, it must be thoroughly looked into and should not be done in a haste. Let me ask you, how many of you have copies of this bill? If you have, I would like to know the percentage of people who have copies of this bill. And you can, if I ask you about one or two paragraphs, you will read it for me. If I appoint you now and say, give me 2-3 paragraphs in that bill, and you're able to mention it to us, it means that you have it. Let me ask you, if you know you don't have a copy, raise your hand. And it is the rule of this house that you must have a copy so that you debate from that copy. If you say you have...
Now, the people now, when they talk all the rubbish they talk, none of them get this bill we are talking about. And these things, in every sitting, any bill you are bringing forward, it should be printed and it must be distributed to all members. There should even be leftover, enough leftover. That even the clerk in the house also should have a copy.
I'll call you now and I'll ask you questions on some of the paragraphs and the sections he's referring to. You will not be able to answer it. And this issue is an issue that we need to thoroughly
order, please.
Analyze.
Please, order, please.
They don't vessel. They don't talk to the speaker. They side the the southern legislators. Everywhere don't scatter now. They did not have their way. That's why there is everywhere is rowdy. Oh, now they want to be blocking Upper Iweka Road on Friday to pray. Okay, God forbid. Let them go and buy land and build their prayer ground. It's not acceptable to block Upper Iweka Road. So please let the government know we reject it completely.
It is our rule here that issues like this, we must have copies we look at.
okay,
Okay, are you hearing that?
It is
okay,
It is our rule here that issues like this, we must have copies we look at. And if the copies are not there, we take another step. But I won't be taking that step from this chair. It will come from the House. So if the majority of the people say they don't have copies of this bill, whether it is good or bad, you don't have the copies, you need to have the copies for us to deliberate on it. Let me hear you, Nkem Kama.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, Kama Nkem Kama is my name. I represent the awesome people of Ohozara, Onitsha, and Iwe Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Ebonyi State. Mr. Speaker, this motion is a very sensitive one. This bill is a very sensitive one. And before this bill can be talked about here or debated, one, I believe that all of us here should have a copy of this bill to look at it and be able to go through it because of the sensitivity of this particular bill, sir. Mr. Speaker, I don't envy you today, but one thing I'm very sure, I hereby move that this bill...
Please, somebody has the floor. Allow him to finish, then we'll recognize you.
And I have the procedural of the Speaker. I hereby move that this bill be stepped down today and let it be shared for all of us to have a look at before further action can be taken on this bill. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I represent Andoni Opobo Nkoro Federal Constituency. I am a Rivers man. Mr. Speaker, my very distinguished colleagues, recall that just yesterday, I had a bill to alter a section of the Nigerian Constitution as well. And concerns were raised that portion was crafted, well crafted in the interest of the peace and unity of this country. That amendment should be stepped down. It took just the Speaker presiding yesterday to step down that bill. One common interest for the peace, unity of this country. This is similar to what we did yesterday, Mr. Speaker. Therefore,
now, did you hear this man's argument? This one from, I think, from Opobo, River State, or is it Otu or Andoni? He said yesterday, in their sitting, he brought forward a bill, and they were debating that it took only the Speaker to step forward and say, the Speaker himself, and he said that this bill, and the bill he was talking about was something that would promote the peace and unity of the country. But they insisted that that bill was stepped down. Without any further ado, that bill was stepped down immediately. Even how important it was to bring about, to advance the peace and unity of the country, they had to step that bill. So what is different from a bill passed by a man from River State, or brought by a River State, and the bill brought by a man maybe from Zamfara? What is special about the personality of the man who is not really even learned, compared to the man who is thoroughly learned, presenting a bill which is of national interest, and one who is not even learned, presenting a bill which is not of national interest, a sectional interest? And it is taking all this back and forth, and we will bring it forth again, we will bring it later again, with plea. So what is different from him and that person? This is what this guy is asking. Now he needs answer. That's why he said that this thing must be stepped down. We should stop this nonsense.
Did yesterday, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, for that same singular purpose of the unity of this country, the peace and stability of all of us, I second this motion, since it has gotten to this point, that this bill be stepped down for this moment, so that we can do elaborate engagement and get back to it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. A second point of order, sir. You throw the question open to the House. So we'll vote now.
Point of order, sir.
If, please, don't order when the Speaker is speaking. You don't order him.
You see the arrogance.
You can only order when others are speaking.
Point of order.
Do you see their arrogance?
Okay,
they don't know anything about the Constitution even in the first place. Your Speaker, he is the King Kong of the House. The Speaker is Yoga in that House. So why do you want to overrule him while he is speaking? He allowed all of you to debate. As the moderator, he is now doing his work You are trying to overrule him. Point of which order do you want to order? Let us continue.
You can only order when others are speaking.
Point of order.
So
when
what we will do?
Point of order, you should take it. Mr. Speaker, point of order. You shouldn't ignore us. Please.
Please. Can you hear Mr. Speaker first, please? Now, the motion here is that it be stepped down. You can say no. If the vote say no, don't step it down. Mr. Speaker has no right to step it down. But the motion has been moved and seconded. If we say
our
no,
laws are very clear, Mr. Speaker. When
they say they know well. Blessing, order. You're welcome. Yeah. So now the speaker is insisting and the person is insisting. You will see who prevails here now. Whether the speaker will prevail or this Northerners will prevail. This now you remember that this thing happened yesterday. Somebody from River State, immediately they overruled him, told him to step it down. It was immediately stepped down. Now, even this one now that first motion have been passed for step down, it has been seconded, but they have insisted. Now look at what happens.
If we say
our laws are very clear, Mr. Speaker. When there is a point of order, who is speaking? Please. I'm just...
No. Miles, please sit down, please. Sit down. When we vote and the vote says no, we don't step it down, we vote on the main issue raised by the bill. After all, it's a constitutional matter. He can also go to. Manu, don't be unruly, please.
No, I'm not being unruly.
We can also vote on it, and it will go to constitutional review. You understand? And then if it goes to constitutional review, we go public hearing. So there are so many ways to solve this problem. Let's not leave our procedure. Okay? So let me ask the question. Those in support that it be stepped down, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. How do we measure the decibel? Let me ask again. Those in support that it be stepped down, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay.
Now, do you notice something here? Whether these representatives here understand what is discussed, whether it favors them individually as people or not, they want to make sure that whatever they agree, all of them must vote it. Did you hear the voice of echo of aye and nay? Now you see that obviously it's just that the speaker understood how sensitive this debate is, this bill is. That's why he's not agreeing to allow it to fly. But the voices that say aye obviously overwhelm the one that said nay. I mean, this one, the ones that favor the bill, their voices are more loud, very more. In fact, they are more in numbers. But yet again, you now think about why it is important that why some states in the north will have 7 states. It is also very important you have 7 states in the south too. So you can see why you have been cheated and you cannot redeem it. You have been cheated in the Nigerian state. In fact, I don't want to play this thing again. Let us not. It's enough already. We are not playing it again. For you to understand these things, or should I play it? Are you insisting? Okay, let me just maybe play to this aye and nay. Then I continue with analysis. And I think already we have spent time. We can.
Those against, say nay. The nays have it. That this be read the second time. Say aye. Those against, say nay. Nay!
This one is clear.
The nays have it.
So, are you hearing it now? Who won?
All right, it's good to vote on these things and then decide thereafter. It's not my decision, it's your decision. Thank you very much.
Now, they want to now go to debate, to voting it. That will even help me. Thank God we play it to this point. Then, when there are states that have, the regions that have more states, have more local governments, how do you pick a House of Rep member in 3, 4, 5 local governments? You pick a member of House of Rep. In another 3, 4, 5 local governments, you pick one House of Rep member. Now, in your own state, already they have used census, which all of you know the census politics. The census of 1962, which favored the southern Nigeria, favored us. And the Ahmadu Bello them say no. They will not take the census. That they have to recount the census until it favors the north. And that they did exactly. Is this kind of thing that you are hearing today, debating in house? The debating, they must insist until it favors them. So why do you want to remain in a country like this where nothing will ever favor you? Now, like I was saying, from that census, because they have large landmark, they now tell you it is obvious because of the large landmark that they are bigger in population. Have you gone to the north, like some of us that live in the north? Do you know the kind of spacing? You definitely need to have a bicycle if you don't have a car. You must have a bicycle, because for you to buy something from the next grocery next to you, next shop, kiosk, you must have because it's a distance away from your house. Because you go trek until sun go give you issue quarter. This your hair go turn to bottle hair as you trek. Now, they have manipulated you to accept that you are lesser in population, while obviously your population is far. Even when the Igbos did not even participate in the 2006 census, the figure of the still came up that they are still big in number. The landmark, when you check the map, the landmark of the Igbo state data, that is 5, is very small. And the Igbos are more in all states of the country. So when it comes to population, of course, obviously, they are bigger in population in the country. But they have used this landmark of 18, whereas they are smaller. Why not you now begin to ask yourself, why is it that the Russia landmark is even bigger than almost the whole Africa? But why is Russia population pretty lesser than only Nigeria? Why is India with a pretty lesser landmark? Even put Bangladesh and all of them put together, they are not equal to Russia. But the population of India is in billion. They are not counting in millions again. So landmark is what they use. They know when they counted the first election, the electoral body, the census commission, gave the first result. It favored. So they are still using that. It is that thing that they use to create more states to the north, create more local government to the north. Today, it is witch hunting us. That is one of the reasons you must never respect that man they call Obasanjo. He is a very useless. I will not be brutal to insulting any human being like that, but he is an elderly person. He did not do well. He did not do well. It was the ball was in his court to adjust the error as a military leader from the south. He didn't. He couldn't. That was why when Peter Obi was going to him, you think when he rapport with Obasanjo, he don't get him. The same Obasanjo that destroyed his brother's businesses, let me not deviate. This Obasanjo, that's why Peter Obi is now trying to now go to the north now. Obasanjo have fed him. He still want to maintain Obasanjo and also get the north. That's why he now trying to prophesy, to testify to the beauty of Satan. Oh, Yakubu Gowon is an angel. Let us not also allow that deviation too. So now, why you should understand, now they want to go to voting. Whose number will prevail? Whose number will prevail if they as they want to vote it now? So do you see why you don't stand any chance in this country? If Biafra does not go, that all of you are in a mess. All of you, every part of the country is in a mess if Biafra doesn't go. That is why it is even more your responsibility to even pray for Biafra to go than the Biafran, because the Biafran people cannot be put in a pocket like some other parts of the country that are always the Biafran people, no matter what the politicians do, they are very ready to go anyway. People. That's why you see the harshness of the economy. You will see them still popping champagne and doing one with the camera. So now, what I want to tell you here is, you are in a deep mess if you refuse to join the call for Biafra, whether or not you used to believe before. But for the sake that you have seen what is happening today, you have seen that after everything now, it will go back to let us vote it. How many House of Rep members do you have in Abia State? How many local governments do you have in Abia State? So that you know how this House of Rep members are generated. You have 17 local governments in Abia State. Is that not? So, in the 17 local governments, you will bring 4 local governments, you make one. That is one House of Rep member. The other one, maybe you pick 3 local governments. So 7 has gone, Abi. So it remains another 7. Okay. Then maybe now you pick 3 from here again, 3 from here. So now you don't have another 2 House of Rep members. That's 4 already. So 7 plus 6, that is 13. So you are looking for only 4 that remains. So now you have 5 members of House of Rep from Abia State with 3 senators. That one, Adam Bajo, you know, go miss them. Now you go over to Ebonyi State, where you saw that strong man from Ohoza that spoke. He has how many local governments? They have 13 local governments. Their own, I think, is pretty lesser. Yes, 13. So now they have even lesser representative than Abia State. Ebonyi State is big. Oh. The human being in Ebonyi State normally is bigger than human being in should I say Kaduna. But the Kaduna have higher representatives. So that you know where they messed you up. These people, the white man planned well for them. Because they need to work with them to keep you permanently, because you are the one that has the resources they need. So they need to work with the other ones whose brain are not as strong as your own, but they are with you in the same contraption. So since you are having one law, doing one election, whatever prevails, that's why they are trying to force their own religious law also too. That is what they are debating here now. So in as much as you keep allowing them, that you keep legitimizing or supporting that one Nigerianism, they will keep having their way. And the more and more time you spend together, the more and more relevance you lose. They gain more relevance. Finally, they have been looking for this Mumu ticket for the past 50 years or 54 years. Today they have it. Now you are seeing how they are bringing it. They have been trying to bring this thing on the public, on the board since Jonathan came. That's why they hated Jonathan with so much bile. Jonathan came and spoiled everything. What Obasanjo could not do as military man, Jonathan did. Those hoarded oil they have in Kaduna, they have there. Jonathan broke loose of all of them and used it to crash the price of fuel. Oh, some people are talking. Yeah. Brother, I'm not happy with this kind of people. They don't know what the masses are going through now in this country, and they are here debating is incense. Okay, now that is Obuano innocent one name. Okay, my brother, you need to understand it. This is not what you think. It is a sensitive issue. So the issue is that this kind of thing should not come on board. But now them get you now. Now them boga and yoga. And then they marry you now. Now vote for Biafra so Southerners will be free from slavery. Thank you, my brother. You know, I did there's a program I did last month. Go and check it last month. Where Tom Polo was talking about this freedom. He said it's this year. After Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, said this year that we are having our freedom, Tom Polo did a program on his birthday. He said this year we are having our freedom and that the slavery of our people will stop this year, that his father is coming. Now they are saying he did not mention Biafra, he said father. Is his father that died some years ago going to come back? He was using figurative expression. But let me not go to distract ourselves again. So please, anyone who has not voted till now, tell me what you are waiting for. Right, that's you bring something valid after this program, or should I even wait after this program? You people should give me a moment. Let me paste the voting link here. I need to paste that voting link here so that those people who have not voted and want to vote can vote with ease. If you cannot vote, you will contact the information minister, the Minister of Information, Biafra Republic Government in Israel, Akbarawa Soni, so that he will assist you, or you can give him your details. He can also help you vote. So this is it. So let us okay. Let us go. Of course, let me do something now. Okay. I just had to bring down the volume. I think I'm done using it. Okay, I think I've just posted the voting link here in the platform. Please, in case I forget, it's not appearing there? I just posted the voting link. I just posted the voting link. Is it not appearing there on the comment section? If it's not appearing on the comment section, maybe I don't know what I can do to fix it. But because it needs to appear. It needs to appear in the comment section there. So that anybody who wants to vote can vote. Hello. I don't know why it's not working. All right, let us keep. If it doesn't work now, much later it will work. Much later it will work. After the program, maybe after the program, I will post it there. Yes. So now you have heard my argument here that we are not helping ourselves. When we are talking about this voting, this Biafran stuff, it's our collective business. Everybody need to come on deck. All hands must be on deck for us to make it work. The man Agunwelobi is going to declare the sovereign state of Biafra come December 2nd. And he already told you the Nigerian state will not approve of it. They will not approve of it. And It is our duty to make it work. Because, Yama, he must quechiri. He must quechiri. Then it is left for you to also quechiri. Because nothing good comes that easy. Freedom is not granite. Freedom is not chewing-gum. It doesn't come on a platter of gold. It comes by insistence. You must insist to make it work. So, fellow Biafrans, as I share this voting link here, this is one of the listings you can do for the movement. Voting, your vote, very important. Your vote is very, very important. You can't afford to joke with your vote. So, for those who are new in our platform, this is Akpan Asokwo from Biafran Radical Freedom TV. I am employing you. I beg you to subscribe to this our channel where you hear the gospel of truth. Please kindly vote and support this call. You really need to support what we are doing financially too. You need to support, because there is nothing you talk about in Freedom Quest or in any organization that must succeed without having financial support. So if you don't support, then how will it work? There is no how it will work without your support. I have tried everything to send it, but it's not working. So after the program, I will paste it. After the program, I will paste it here. So I will also share my Telegram group account, because there are some videos that are too sensitive, that if you paste in YouTube platform or Facebook, it will be considered violation. So it will be better you come to the group and you see all those videos. So just join now, because if I post anything now, you will not see. Join now so that we will know we have a very big number of people in that group. I will share the link after this program too. So thank you. We have been able to drive home this topic to the very expected level. So we want to call it a day with this particular program now. If there is any update that we will share later, we might come back. Thank you, Udo Deronu. Good evening from Biafran land. Thank you. God bless you.